Welcome everyone to Life Unlocked with your host Hinchy Chung, and of course I am Hinchy Chung. On today's episode, I am talking with Leighton Burbury. Hello, Leighton.
Yo guys, what's up?
What is up?
A lot, man. A lot's happened since school.
That's good.
Not seen or heard from a lot of these people that will be listening to this in a very long time. So it's good to be on. It's good to be on.
It's good to have you on, man. But for the people that obviously don't know who you are, let's have a little introduction about yourself.
Well, obviously, as you just heard from the Chunganator himself, my name's Leighton. I attended school with Hinchy for all the 5 years we were there. Bumped into him in a job a couple of years after we both left as well. That was pretty fun for a few months. And yeah, that was a crazy few months there, man. I'm Leighton. Some of you guys may know me as the kid that everyone knew but no one really liked. Just nothing much interesting. Just a lot's happened since school. I think everyone's changed quite a fair bit from what I've seen from socials and little bits I spoke to people here and there. So it's good to be hearing your other podcasts of people that attended school with us and other people that I didn't even know existed on this earth. So yeah, it's great. It's great.
I know exactly. That's the whole point of this, man. It's just to, get anyone and everyone to come on, have a conversation. There's no stress.
Exactly.
If you want to come on,
just a chilled half an hour, 45 minutes of just talking, catching up with people, learning about them, and just seeing where they are.
Whatever, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly,
that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you know what? I kind of. Well, when I say kind of, I don't really miss it, but I kind of miss working. When we were working.
Yeah, that whole group there and the environment we were in, I think it was just genuinely perfect. It was honestly one of the funniest times of my life, going to shifts every day there.
Oh, honestly, like some of the. What? Do you remember John?
Oh my God, John! What a legend John was. Who could forget John?
Oh Jesus, John was a man.
John, and what was that? What was the lady's name? Was it like
Pom?
Yeah. Oh my God, I love Pom so much.
I was going to tell you this. So it must have been around the last week before isolation started kicking in, schools. But I was walking in town. And then for some reason I bumped into her, and she was like, "Oh my God, Hinchy!" I was like, "Pom!" And then I was like, "How are you?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm good." She was like, "Oh, you should come back and work." I was like, "Oh, yeah, maybe." I was like, "Why?" It's like, what's happened? She was like, "Oh, I think Marco's."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they left, didn't they?
That shut down. That went.
Yeah.
Went. It's not, and the Starbucks that was there.
Did it?
Yeah, that's gone as well. It's now like Tower Cafe or something.
Oh, I have no idea. No, but I met her. She was like, "Oh, you should come back for a job." I was like, "Oh, yeah, possibly." And then she was like, "Oh, yeah, do you remember Leighton? Blah blah blah." I was like, "Yeah."
Everyone remembers me. Yeah, everyone remembers me there. I just did I did a shift, decided I had enough, and I just ducked.
Exactly.
Just ducked. Just didn't go back.
My favourite thing was, when we would have to set out the coffee stuff, and she'll be like, "Oh, get the chucker."
The chucker cubes.
Where's the chucker?
Where's the chucker? Get the ball of the chucker.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I had some of the funniest times there, man. I remember when Kate left and then Adrian came in and
tell me about it.
Insisted everyone use trays. And
it just didn't work though.
I did not agree with this man. This guy,
so weird.
This guy was not in it for me. I was like, I'm using a tray for one glass. What's the point of that?
No, it was like, oh yeah, so if you hold it this way, you can maximize the number of glasses you can hold. No, you can't.
I honestly, I didn't agree with it, mainly because I was too scared to use a tray. I do not have the hand-eye coordination to keep more than 2 glasses on the tray as well as hold the tray up as well. I just can't physically do it with my hand. It just doesn't work.
It's one of those skills, isn't it? You either have it or you don't.
Exactly. My ex-girlfriend, she worked in a restaurant, and she used to when I used to go around her house, she used to show me like, oh, I can hold like 5 plates, and I'm like, I can't even hold a tray. What is this?
Do you remember doing the functions?
Oh my days, the functions were so funny, but they were just annoying because it got to the point. The buffet ones. Oh my days, the buffet ones, where like you just.
They would take so long,
but all the food came at once. So, like, you had to constantly run food for, like, an hour, and then it just went dead and you had nothing to do.
Exactly. Oh, honestly, the number of things that we did there.
I genuinely would go back there. I really would go back there. Like,
well, if the pay was higher.
Yeah, if I wasn't getting $4.20 an hour for it, I'd definitely be back there. I came out of a month, with £150. I wanted the shoes that were 160. I had to save up 2 months to get 1 pair of shoes. Nah, not for me. Not the job for me.
Oh, it's banging, isn't it? You go there, you what time do we get there? We got there at 8.
7 sometimes,
was it
yeah.
7?
Because you either got put onto set up breakfast or you either got put onto do breakfast. But God, them mornings killed me. Them absolutely killed me off.
I couldn't do them.
I don't know how I did it. I'm really not a morning person. Like, people who know me know that I'm definitely more of a night owl. Like, I'll stay up till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning just because I feel more productive then, rather than in the morning when I've just woke up. I'm kind of like sleepy and lousy and it's like, oh, what's going on? But like in the night, I'm sort of in it. But yeah, like waking up at like 6 o'clock to go and do a shift and it's still dark outside. But then I'd be, on the way to work, I'd be like, oh man, I don't want to do this. And then I'd get there and then the bants would just kick in and it would just pick me up straight away and I was gassed and I was just positive and...
Exactly.
And
I'll be like, yo, Leighton, you're ready for one.
I'd come in at like 5 to 8 and everyone's like, oh my God, Leighton's at one time. What?
This is a unicorn event. I think we found Bigfoot.
I remember one day I turned up at 3 minutes past 7 in the morning, right? And it was Remembrance Day, and I didn't want to work anyway. I asked not to work because I like going and seeing the parade, and paying my respects to all the fallen soldiers in the wars and everything. But I had to work. That's how life is. And then I turned up at 3 minutes past 7 and Kate put me on pot wash and it was the worst day
when you were
of my life. I came out absolutely soaking, like I was just dripping with just food water, which is horrible anyway. And then I just hate food in sinks. I think I genuinely have an irrational fear of food in sinks. Like, when you wash out a plate and all the food gets stuck in the plug?
Yes, it gets all murky, doesn't it?
That ain't for me. So pot wash, no, never again. Never again.
Oh no, I literally remember when you would be doing pot wash, I'll walk past, I'll just give you that look and you're just like...
Just go away. So, serve that vegan scrambled egg that one person wants.
That vegan scrambled No, the vegan sausages?
Do you remember Tommy, the little Scouse chef, yeah? He'd get so angry when someone ordered one vegetarian sausage.
And he'll be like, who's going to eat that?
Oh, Tommy, can I have one vegetarian sausage? No, mate! Oh, what a guy. What a guy.
Oh, no. Or when they start, people start complaining about the food. It's just fuck off.
Do you want me to do? Do you want me to bring the chef out? Like, it's buffet. Oh, you're complaining it's cold. We'll come down earlier.
Do you want to go back in the kitchen and do it yourself?
We've got microwaves. You're free to use them if you want to heat it up.
Yeah. Oh, no. It was just funny.
Honestly, it was like the best 6 months of my life working there. Like, I was doing college alongside it. That didn't really work out. I sort of dipped that.
Wait, did you work 6 months?
No, I was there from October to February. I think that's 6 months, right? 6 months?
No, I don't think so. October. Wait, October, November, December, January. That's 5 months.
And I dipped at the end of February because I was like, nah.
Yeah. Did you leave before me or did I leave before you? I think
I don't
left
really know
before
because I
you.
was still getting paid. Alright, I never told anyone this, right? I left in February 2019. I still got payroll email till August. And they still sent me the rotas and everything till August. I'm like, what? Do you expect me to come back? They sent me rotas, yeah. My name was on it and I had no shifts.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because I'm working somewhere else now. Come on.
Yeah. Don't message me, please. Don't even just delete my emails.
It was just funny. Like I was scrolling through, I was like, oh, I got a new email, and then he was like, oh, payroll, and I was like, oh, payroll for a job I don't have, and then it came up with the total pay £0, £0. So I was like, damn, I expected more than that this month.
My hard-earned work this month is not paid off.
Damn, man.
Oh no! What do you know? What though? What I really enjoyed about it? You know when we would get breakfast
on our 15-minute break, yeah, we used to go make the best fry up.
Oh no! I think I just put as much as I could.
You were a machine, yeah. You'd hear like, oh, everyone's having the breaks in 10 minutes, and you'll be like censored to your brain, like hearing that, and then you're instantly like waiting by the plates, yeah, and then as soon as the last plate hits the hot tray by the cookers, yeah, you were up there, and there was like nothing left for anyone else.
Look at me, I need the calories.
That was always your excuse, yeah, like, oh, I do need the calories.
Yeah. I'm a man of sport.
Yeah, like it helps me in it, so I'm gonna have 10 sausages. Oh, remember that day when you had like 8 sausages?
Yes. No, later it wasn't even 8. It was 12.
You had like 12. You had like 12 sausages. Yeah. You had bare bacon, like 3 scoops of beans, and I was like, bro, where are you putting this? Where are you putting this? He's like, yeah, I need calories in it.
I need to hit 10k by the end of the lunch.
10k breakfast challenge.
Yeah.
Oh man. And everyone would like look forward to the days you weren't there because they were like, oh, Hingy's not in today. That means we're gonna get some breakfast.
You can eat.
We can eat good today. We're not gonna ration. We're not gonna ration because Mr. Hingy's not here.
Oh no! I was just like, the first time I was like, yeah, this is all right. But like, bearing in mind, I would go to work without eating breakfast, so I would wake up at 7 and I'll walk to work.
Same.
And it's a bit of a hefty walk there. So I'm walking uphill, downhill, and I'm like, I'm burning these calories,
I burnt
man.
200 calories going to work, so I'm going to eat 5k on my breakfast. Evens out.
Yeah. No, and it's cold. It's cold in the winter. During winter, you want to have store some extra belly fat. Have some insulation.
Bulking season. So, that's it.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
Say bulking season.
During winter, I'm just like, lobber me up. It's cold in my house. The heating's pretty dodgy. Free insulation. Here I come.
You loved it. As soon as that breakfast came out, your eyes lit up, and you were like,
honestly. Do you know what? We would be cleaning up, and I'll be like, oh shit, it's breakfast now. Okay, all right, let's hurry this
You'd
up.
be like wiping down tables, like going mad. You're like the Flash, yeah, going through that whole restaurant.
It's like, okay, this is done. This is done. Honestly, the amount that I can eat, like now, like even since then, like now, I think I could eat so more.
I really wouldn't put it past you. I genuinely would not put it past you. I think
you don't even know.
I haven't seen you in probably like a year, but like still, I can still imagine you demolishing 12 sausage. Easy.
Oh yeah, 12 sausages. Here I come.
On your promo post, yeah, one of the highlights has to be I ate 12 sausages. I had 12 sausages for my breakfast.
Oh no! I think if I can remember clearly, let me see if I can remember that one day where I had like.
Everyone came in and was like, Hinchy, like, what are you doing? You were like, yeah, I need calories. I'll eat it. I'll eat it. And everyone was like, right, okay. And then you came out with an empty plate, and everyone was just gobsmacked.
Trust me. People underestimate me. So, what was it? 12 sausages. We can establish that because that's a number I'm always going to remember.
That's an achievement.
That's a
proper
proud.
achievement.
And every time I'd have 2 eggs. The eggs were nice.
Depends who cooked them, you know. Because I think you remember Mandy. I think the lady chef. She cooked them, but there was a little bit of slime on the top, and that ain't for me. If there's slime on the egg, I can't. So I usually stuck to a scrambled egg if she was cooking it, because her scrambled eggs were banging, like top tier. 12 sausage, 2 eggs. You must have had some bacon there. You must have had some bacon.
Oh no, I had bacon. It must have been because they were quite small though, weren't they?
They were like tiddly pieces.
They were like, yeah, exactly. So I had about 4 or 5 of them. On average, I'll say like 3, 4. And then what else was there? Hash browns. Hash browns.
God, I forgot about that.
They were good.
Crispy on the outside, soft and fluffy in the middle. Always perfect temperature, never overcooked.
They were fresh. They were brilliant. 3 of them. I never had. Actually, no. There was one time I had 4, but that was when I had less of everything else.
When you wasn't eating
3 of them. Yeah. And then, obviously, my 2 to 3 scooping of beans.
That's important. Beans, fibre. You need the fibre.
No, you need the fibre. You need the protein from beans, and you need the sauce from the beans.
The sauce lubricates it all and helps it go down. So it's not you're not going to get indigestion. You're gonna stay cool. You're gonna stay.
That's right. It goes in nice and easy.
You're not gonna be choking on the 12 sausage or anything. Just
yeah. What else was there? Bread.
The toast was pretty dead, to be honest.
Yes.
It was in that machine where you had to put it through once wasn't enough, but twice was too much. So you kind of had to put it in one enough.
Do you remember it caught fire?
Like 3 or 4 times because people were putting croissants and pan of chocolates through.
Yeah.
And then I remember one day, someone, it was a kid, he must have been about 10, and he didn't really understand it, so he put the toast through, but obviously he didn't realise he didn't want his toast. He wanted his toast cooked a bit more, so he was like, "Oh, I want it a bit more," because I was stood there and watching it. So he put it through again, and obviously this kid might like really burnt toast, so he put it through twice. I'm like, "Oh, that's risky. That could catch fire." And it came out, and it was a bit brown, a bit too brown for me, but I let it slide. If someone cooked it me, I'd eat it. But he was like, he picked it up and went, "Nah," and put it through again, and I was like, I literally just opened the kitchen door. I was like, John. Do you want to help me? There's going to be a fire. And he was like, "What do you mean?" And then all of a sudden, fire went off. And he was like, "Oh,
you
toast
predicted
machine."
it.
Like, toast machine. And the kid just started crying because he saw all this smoke. And he was like, "Oh no, I'm going to set fire to this whole establishment." And then me and John, dream team, got it put out pretty quickly. So, heroes of the day.
Yeah. No. The fire that I saw. I actually didn't see the fire. I came out to the smoke.
I did that.
I was in the kitchen. That. I was like, I was doing the glassware, so I was putting it through the washing machine, and I came out, and then there was just smoke everywhere, and someone's burnt the toast because that machine's really dodgy.
It was dodgy.
And then everyone else that we worked with, they're opening the doors and they're trying to get some ventilation out. And the people that burn the toast, they just stand and watch.
There was no help from them.
They just stand there and look at the machine and say, "Oh, fire!"
You know what? I'm just gonna look at
it. and they don't do anything. They're just like, right. So breakfast. What else for breakfast?
I've set fire to my toast. What should I set fire to next?
Do you know what I didn't like though? The mushrooms.
Mushrooms can get in the bin. Just any mushrooms, just get in the bin. Like, what are they? No.
I can eat mushrooms. I like eating mushrooms.
I do not trust food that grows when there's mold. No. Just, no. Like, who wants to eat fungus? Realistically, no one gets foot fungus and goes, I want that for dinner. No. Mushrooms are fungus, and mushrooms just... And there's one thing I think should be eradicated in this entire world, apart from any, major political things that are going on, is mushrooms. I'm sorry, but mushrooms are the start of all evil.
Mushrooms are brilliant.
you are
Trust
twisted.
me.
You are twisted.
I'm not twisted. Hey, if I can eat 12 sausages, I can eat mushrooms.
I mean, you do you, but for me, mushrooms are a big fat bottom of the pile.
It's the way you cook them.
Okay, right. Okay, I kind of take that back. If mushrooms are mixed into something, because you can forget about them, fair enough. But if you're eating straight mushrooms, nah, you cannot be my friend.
Oh no! If people eat I can't eat raw mushrooms. I've seen people eat raw mushrooms, so I can't do that.
I'll tell you what, I don't think raw mushrooms would be half as bad as cooked mushrooms, because cooked mushrooms you get slime with it. Why do you get slime with food? You don't eat slime. What?
It's the water that's
it's congealed and
it's
all around it. You can't get rid of it. It's just there.
It's like mushroom gravy, Leighton. Mushroom gravy.
Like my worst nightmare. If there was any monster drinking any drink in my nightmares, they'd be drinking mushroom gravy. What do you mean? That is disgusting.
Oh no, you've never had a good mushroom omelette. A mushroom omelette's quite nice.
I've never tried it. I never want to try it. I'm never going to try it.
Do you know what? One day you're going to try a mushroom omelette and you're going to be like, yo,
you know what?
Hindu was right.
This is pretty banging.
Yeah. I mean, mushrooms are really healthy.
That a lot.
It's just... It's protein from a log.
Eat chicken. Protein from chicken. You get protein from chicken. I'll get my protein from chicken. You get your protein from mushrooms. Go on, carry on, mate.
Yeah. I get my protein from every sort of meat, don't worry.
Anything that's got protein, you're like, yeah, me, now.
It's like, that's one of my 20 a day.
One of my 12 a day of sausages.
Honestly, but I think what got to me was it was a mix between normal sausages and Cumberland sausages.
I tell you, which ones were the real nice ones? I think it was the Cumberland ones, right?
The Cumberland one's the one with the spices.
In that. We didn't have them very often, but when we had them, they were good. They were good. I'd fill up on them. I'd just have five Cumberland sausages for my breakfast. That was it. Just wouldn't touch anything else.
That's right. But the black pudding as well. What do you think?
I think in general, black pudding is very, very average. It's not for me, but I know people that live by it. Have you ever tried white pudding? So there is a delicacy. I'm not making this up. There is a delicacy that is white pudding. It's like black pudding, but it's white, and I'm not sure what it's made out of. But I really don't want to question why it's white. Yeah, no. Looking back on it, it's a bit weird. I'm gonna search this up, after I get off this. What's white pudding made out of? But no, I tried it and it's nice. It's got a little sweet zing to it, and then you get the little bit of savoury that you normally get with black pudding. But black pudding is not for me. But the white pudding, it's just got that little sweetness at the start. It's kind of nice, and I rated it. But yeah,
when you say white, how white are we talking about?
You know how black pudding's black? White pudding's white pudding's
no.
White. It's that shade of white.
Like A4 paper white.
Obviously maybe a little darker because you've had to cook it and everything. It might have browned up a bit, but it's white.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I've never heard of that. I heard of black pudding. It's alright.
It's good.
White
think
pudding.
about a transit van that's been driven around for about 5 years by a builder that's never been cleaned. Like that sort of white. Like the whiteness of the van, I'd say it's probably that sort of white. Yeah, it's not crisp white, but it's not enough to be cream. It's just in.
It's a little bit murky, a little bit shaded.
I never. Yeah. When I jumped on this podcast, Hinji, I would never expect to be talking about what colour white pudding is. Do
you know what? These are the things that we talk about, right? Okay, so
Go on. I was just gonna say
all right,
this is the stuff that got us through working there. This is the stuff got us through working there.
Exactly. These are the conversations that you're like, this is actually quite entertaining.
We'd be hoovering up, and then we'd just turn around and go, you know what colour white pudding is?
Have you seen that dandelion that can walk around?
No. What is that? Was that a genuine question, or was that? No. See,
No, Leighton. A dandelion is a plant. How can a plant be walking around?
You can cut that bit out if you want. That was very stupid. Or leave it in. Comedic entertainment for the content.
No, this is what we want. This is what we want. It's unfiltered, random bullcrap.
You know what?
We just talk about.
I love the idea. And,
you know?
And actually, I'm just going to praise you now, Hinchy, just in the middle of this, and I'm going to say, well done on the past 6 episodes. They've been sweet, man. I've listened to every one of them.
Thank you.
They were cool.
Have you?
And I was like, oh, I'm not a huge podcast guy. Like, I'll listen to them if they're there, but I'm not a guy that avidly follows like podcasts.
Yeah.
But like, just your voice, you know, it just flows and it just goes with it. Yeah, you've got
My
that podcast voice, haven't you?
I got that podcast
but
voice.
Yeah, I've listened to them and I'm like, you know what, this is decent. This is very, very decent. So I applaud you. Say well done.
Oh, nice.
Hope this
thank you.
It's been going.
Thank you.
Because it's been entertaining.
Yeah.
It's all right, man.
Thank you. I mean, like that's all I want. That's what I want from this, you know. I was literally like the way this started. I was walking around the house. I was doing my bits and bobs. And I was like, it'd be kind of cool if I had a podcast. And I was thinking about it. I didn't think too much into it. And then I was like, all right, I need to shower now because obviously I've been sweating throughout the day. So I go out the shower. I'm in the shower. I'm just like, podcast. I'm washing. I'm washing all the bits and bobs. You know, don't need to get too technical.
Yourself, that's all we need to know.
Exactly. Man maintenance.
Male maintenance.
Yeah, that's right. And I was just like, I'm thinking more about this podcast now. I was like, it would be pretty cool if I had a podcast, you know. It'll be something to put on the side, you know, something to show other than, this guy plays basketball and all that, and blah, 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 you know, have some conversations with people. And then when I got out, I was like, I'm going to make a podcast. And then, you know, obviously get changed. And then I made a podcast, and then here we are.
I had actually prepared a couple of questions for you, Hinchy. Well, for my podcast.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago. You know, I'll hop on one if you need guests. I don't mind.
This is good. Like, man, I didn't even expect this. I've never asked someone, please ask me questions when you come on. I really want to answer your burning questions.
Just like a small few questions so the listeners know how you came about the podcast and what's behind it. So, obviously, you just told us you thought about it in the shower. What made you come... Well. I wasn't just in the shower. I was just like, I love thinking
podcasts.
About it, and then in the shower, it sort of hit you like, I could do a podcast, you know. It's sort of
that is right.
It seems a good place to put them out because you were talking about it. You decided.
I decided in the shower.
Right? So, what made you came to the name of Life Unlocked?
Life Unlocked. Oh, that's a good question. Well, I didn't want to put. I didn't really want to put, you know, my name like Chung Show or something.
The Chungernator.
That's just a bit. Yeah. Welcome to Chungernator. Like, I wouldn't have done that because I'm, you know, I don't really need to say, oh, look at me, this is me. Yeah. Like, I love myself so much. And like, the whole premises of me wanting to do this, it was, you know, I want to hear the stories of other people. Like, you know, I want other people to be essentially the stars of the show. I was talking to Eddie about this, like post our recording. I was just like, you know, I'm not here to talk about me. Obviously, if me and you have like, you know, stories to share that like we're both in, we can both talk about it. But a lot of the time, you know, I'm listening to other people and I'm essentially unlocking, you know, their lives. And the whole point of Life Unlocked is unlocking other people's lives for people to hear. So if you think about it like a game, you know, when you get some XP, like that's knowledge, isn't it? So like you win a game, you get that knowledge from that campaign, and you'll be like, oh, I've now unlocked this like this weapon or this character, and that's basically you know the kind of idea that this is a hub of, you know, you're unlocking all these stories from people, and you know that could spark some like inspiration. Like the last episode, I had a few people say to me, oh yeah, so that Lucian Christophers, you know, hearing his story has inspired them to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
And that's the whole point.
I listened to that, and that guy, but I had no clue who he was. I'm not gonna lie. I imagine a few more people who listened to it wouldn't have known who he was. But like, just hearing him speak about his experiences and his telling you like his stories and everything, like he did seem like a very inspirational man. And I can imagine that to you, he's gonna seem a bit more of an inspiration. You know, you're both closely linked with basketball, and you know, I don't know whether you look up to him as like an idol,
that's right.
But if you do, you know, it was good to have him on and good to hear his get to know him a bit more personally, rather than just, oh, this guy plays basketball, I like him, I read this on Wikipedia. You know, it's
for sure. Yeah, that's the whole point of it. You know, this is like meaningful conversation. It can be both serious and, you know, we can have a laugh. But you know, the overall thing of this is, you know, I'm not here for me. I'm here to just get that knowledge out. You know, get all these stories out, because people like to talk about this, and people like to hear stories like this.
Yeah,
and that's
I don't want it to sound too cringe, but you could sort of use this as like a community hub sort of thing. You know, like people from different aspects of your life. You got
for sure. Yeah, that's right.
School, like me, and then you got your basketball friends, and I'm sure you've got some other friends.
Basketball friends.
I'm sure you've got like another. I don't know what you're doing now. I don't know whether you're working. I don't know whether you're anything.
My current situation is very secret.
Just like you're
very secret.
Are we going to mention that thing, Hinchy?
I do know exactly the thing that we did.
You threw it down the drain, Hinchy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I tell you what, that will be the last topic we bring up in this podcast. We will make you guys.
That's the last topic that
if you want to hear about that.
What else you got?
When I came on when you messaged me the other day, or was it earlier? It might have been earlier or yesterday. And you were like, "What? You know, do you want to hop on a podcast? You know, we'll record at some point this week." I kind of wanted to talk a bit about life after school. Do you get me? Sort of post GCSEs, how people sort of came out of school and went on to do their own things, and talk about my sort of personal experiences, because I don't know if anyone's listening that's probably this year might not be the greatest example, because it's going to be very different to when we did it, but sort of coming out of school, finding jobs, finding college courses, blah blah blah. I had a tough time during that period. That was, for me, it wasn't great. I'm not going to come down here and bog down your podcast with, you know, awful vibes. Oh, listen to me.
Oh, no, it's fine, man.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Fine.
Everything's cool. You know,
it's all
everything
good.
got sorted. You know, it's one of them. But yeah, I think if you just sort of done your GCSEs and you're kind of stuck, you don't know what to do, I think definitely don't laze about. Like that's my number one top tip. Is just don't laze about. Don't, you know, come out of school and be like, yeah, I've got summer now, I'm going to wait for 12 weeks and then find something else. Because that's what I did. And then it just didn't turn out well. And I ended up on a college course that I didn't like. And, you know, and just, yeah, sort of whole derailed me. But I found my feet again. So, yeah, that's cool. So.
That's good. Tell me what you've been up to then.
You know, what happened when I left school, sort of lazed about for a bit, like I just said. Then I was like, you know what, I'm going to find a job. Hotel industry.
The way you just said that, that's so vague. It's just...
I don't know whether you know, but we may have worked in a hotel industry with a restaurant in it, Hinchy. I think
he worked in a hotel out.
A vacation out.
Yes.
So yeah, obviously me and Hinchy found reconnected in that place. It was
really weird though, wasn't it? Because we hadn't seen each other in ages.
We were really struggling with staff at that place, because when you joined, it was me and like Olivia and Henry, and obviously Pom and John. But I think that was it, and they just needed more people because they didn't have enough for functions and everything. So they sort of get people in the job, because like we need people. So obviously then you came in, and I was already very anxious because I hadn't really spoke to Olivia in school, but I think everyone coming out of school, they've changed so much. Then when you and Elsa came in, and I was like, oh damn, two people that I knew but didn't really get along with, and then everyone sort of just, well, no, I got along with you, but like, you know what I mean? We wasn't like speak to each other every day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but I think when everyone came together, that first shift where we were all in there, we all just like locked.
That is a good story. It's worth the wait.
I'm sure some of you may know what we're on about. I don't know whether you stayed too in touch with Hinchy maybe beginning of last year, you know, in his little private secrets.
Honestly, not many people. Maybe a few people. I don't think they'll maybe know what it is by that reference. But I know
pretty much because I was invested.
We know.
I spent time.
We did. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you were talking about your secret private life at the minute.
Oh yeah, currently, yeah. Yeah, not many people know what I'm doing. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, I'll tell you bits and bobs. Like,
I'll tell you bits and bobs. You know,
I'm doing bits and bobs here and there.
FBI, you know, nothing crazy. You know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I tell you,
so he'll just message me in private, and then I'll leak it, and then I'll get clout. So that's
right. Clout
chasing. You have the clout that I want. Really well, and we sort of just like created a group that was just, you know, easy going. No one really. As bad as it sounds, no one really cared. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was just sort of doing their thing, or just, you know, saying what they want, and they didn't have someone to worry about. Oh, what if I offend this person? Because, you know, everyone was just sort of on the same wavelength. So yeah, that was cool. So yeah, we all were there for a few months. Then, like I said, I dipped at the end of February, just sort of left without any trace. I kind of felt bad because I was like letting them down, but at the same time, I had something lined up already, so I was like, I need to pursue this, really. So that's what I did. Now I ended up working in a retail store in a close by town of mine, which is only 10 minutes away by bus. So that is good
nice.
for me at the moment. I'm earning like adult money, which is great. Yeah, but fam,
adult money.
We were on there.
No more 420.
A shift, and I realised that my pants and my socks, right, that I'd bought were more expensive than what I'd just worked for. I was wearing Calvin Klein pants and socks, yeah, and it came to £29 for both of them. Yeah, I worked this shift for £16.50.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, I realised
exactly.
I don't want to do this. I'm getting up at 6 o'clock for £16.50 when my pants and socks cost more than my shift. I had to work two shifts to get my underwear.
That's right.
It was a joke.
Mm-hmm. It got to the point where I was like,
yeah,
I have too much pride.
That's what my mum said. She was like,
this, so
you might like it there, but at the end of the day, if you're getting to the point where you're realising that the stuff that you're wearing that people don't see costs more than what you're working for, you've got to realise that ain't good. I'll tell you what, you know, it was a good job if you're in school or in college and you're looking for just like evenings or weekends where you can just work, get a bit of money to go out with your friends. Fair enough. If you're doing it to earn money to save up for stuff, like I said, I was trying to buy a pair of shoes, and like my whole month's wages didn't even come to a pair of shoes. Now, I don't want to boast or anything, but my month's wages now, I could have bought a few pairs of them shoes, you know? And I don't ever really mention money. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of flexing.
And you could get quite a quite a few pair of pants as well, couldn't you?
What I earn now, which is great, and you know, it's just one of them. If you're doing it besides school, I think it's definitely important to find a job during school and college. It does genuinely help you with, you know, your social interaction and getting out there into the real world, but at the same time, don't do it as like your main job because it's not worth it.
It does. It helps people bring themselves out of shell, don't it? Doesn't it?
Vacation out. I was very nervous.
Yeah, that's right.
Introverted. I didn't really speak to anyone that I didn't know, and I didn't really sort of interact with anyone apart from the people I was close friends with. But working there and sort of realise like, hey, I do get on with these people that I've never really interacted with before. It did really help me like sort of burst the bubble I was in and sort of realise like, damn, like other people will actually speak to me if I'm nice to them. So
that is the way of life.
Exactly.
Be nice to people, and then I'll be nice back to you.
People, man. It's a lot of stuff going on right now, which isn't great, and I'm not going to bring that up because, again, I don't want to dampen the podcast. But just be kind. Just genuinely be kind. It's not hard. It's really not hard. Just even if it's someone you don't like or someone you don't speak to, and you scroll past on Instagram, and you're like, oh, I like their top, but like you don't comment it. But realistically, if you scroll past and gone, I'm going to comment I like her top, even though I don't even know her, and then that person could have.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how Leighton pulls girls.
I do not do this, by the way. But no. But I'm saying, like, it's not hard. If you're scrolling past someone and you think, I like their shoes. Yeah. Comment, I like their shoes. That person might have 2 likes and no comments. If you like their photo and say, I like their shoes, it costs you nothing, but that might make their day. Yeah. So, and it.
Exactly. You don't know what a small act can do for someone.
Like, I was going to work the other day and I was walking to the bus stop and I'd had a pretty bad morning. When you just wake up and you just feel like, it's one of them days. I just don't want to do anything. Just stay in bed. But you're constantly on the grinding.
I
wouldn't
don't have
expect you
them,
to
but
do
yeah.
But I imagine some of the listeners.
Just kidding. I know what you mean. I
don't really want to do this, but I was walking to the bus stop and someone just smiled at me, and I was just like smiled back. Old lady. Yeah, I'm not saying I was smiling. No, but like she smiled at me. She smiles at me, and I'm like,
I know what you mean.
That smile sort of cheered me up. It made me smile because I smiled back at her, and all it cost was a couple of muscle movements in the face. But honestly, like just the smallest things, the most minute things, can really change someone's mood. And I think that if you're a person that's quite negative yourself, I think you just sort of need to. Just think about the more positive things in life, the little things, and then I think you'll definitely be a better person inside. And just be kind to people. It's not that hard. That's my main message from that.
When you look at life,
half empty or half
cup full,
what is your cup? What is your cup? And if you say it's half empty,
exactly.
Well, just fill it back up. I don't know where I was going with that, but
find the imaginary jug and pour as much as you can.
I imagine you're quite a half cup full guy, aren't you? You seem a very positive man.
Man, Leighton is so full that I've got like 5 other cups filled up.
That is what you've done, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. It's so full. I'm giving everyone else the water now.
You're that guy. You've got that cup. Your cup is so full. You're going around and tipping your full cup into other people's cups that aren't so full. You're that guy. Should we say
we'll talk about that in a bit. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Should we make the listeners wait till the end?
Yeah, that's some juicy stuff. That is some juicy stuff, Leighton. I forgot about that until you mentioned it.
Because that was. No, I'm not saying you spread positivity. Like the podcast, the past few I've watched have been, been funny, and some of them have been inspirational. Some of them have done really well. So, like, you're that guy. I remember always in school, you'd be that guy. Like,
thank you.
Someone sat in lesson, and they're like, a little bored. Yeah. And then Hinchy was in their lesson, and then Hinchy would say something, and then the whole class would just be laughing and vibing at the same time, and it was.
Well, I wouldn't say it went like that, but
everyone knew.
I get what you mean.
Like positive guy, Hinchy, and you've proved that since you come out of school.
Yeah, I think it's well done by this time. Thank you. That's made my day, mate. You're trying to make me smile.
I can feel the redness of your cheeks from here, Hinchy.
Oh, I'm blushing. Oh, honestly, the heat, the radiation coming off my face. Oh, the number of steaks I could cook on my cheeks. Trust me. No, but yeah, what can I say about that? Like, I would hate to be such a bummer. Do you know what I mean?
Like, you know what I mean? Exactly.
There's so many other things you can do in life. Like, once you look to like the good things, trust me, you appreciate a lot more. And I think, for me, when I'm down or something, and then you're like, there's this thing. I'm doing this thing. But that's led to this. And then you think, right, so if I carry on doing this, I'll get the same feeling. Or if I carry on developing this aspect of me, I will become better at X, Y, and Z. And, you know, once you start developing yourself and you develop, like, all these other things, you're like, oh, wow, this feeling is amazing. Like, you can get knocked down.
You'll always get
like,
back up.
oh, yeah,
You'll always get back up.
I'm coming back up. Do you know what I mean?
And if you're just, like, bumming down on people just for the sake of it, like, what's the point? If someone's vibing and someone's happy, just leave them to it. If someone's wearing a top that you don't think suits them, but they think they look great in it and they've built confidence in it, just let them do it. Just let them wear it. You don't have to comment on it and go, ugh, that looks stupid on you, because there's no point. Just, you know, if someone's happy, let them be happy.
Yeah.
If someone's not happy, try and bring them up. Don't shoot a person while they're down, because there's just, you know, it just brings more negativity into the world. And it is very cheap to do that, yeah.
It's
and
very cheap to do that.
It's just one of them that you sort of have to. People are always going to do it, and you just have to deal with it. But, you know, just if you're one of them people, just stop.
People do it because they feel jealous, or they feel, oh, they're getting something, and, you know, I'm not getting that thing.
Exactly.
Why not bring them down while I'm here? That is what I like to do, Leighton.
You smack
nails
them
on the head. Yeah. I get a mallet and absolutely destroy it. Oh, honestly, it's pretty mad. It's
been
mad
real fun, you know.
It's pretty good.
I've really enjoyed it. It's been totally different to what I expected it to be. Yeah. I thought we'd sort of be here and I'll be like struggling to sort of talk and ask questions and sort of just say what I need to say. But, you know, it's been comfortable. I feel relaxed in my car seat right now.
Yeah.
I'm sunk back. I'm toasty
that's
warm.
what we want.
Too warm. Not gonna lie. I don't know how to open the window, but but now that honestly, yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun, and exactly.
It's a conversation.
And
this is a conversation. People are just going to be listening.
Unlocking my life, and I'm.
Exactly, I'm unlocking it, and I'm giving it to other people to hear.
I'm going to say this now. Anyone that's listening and wants to come on this podcast, I thoroughly recommend it. Hinchy's such a good guy. He'll sort you out. He'll hook you up. You know, he's a good dude. So, just if you want to come on. It's just easy going. You just talk about what you want, when you want, whatever. And Hinchy will. Well, there's one thing you can't talk about, which I messed up in the intro, but you know, you'll find out about that. Hinchy will tell you not to mention this specific thing.
Yeah. There is one specific thing that no one can ever talk about, and it's not even that serious. No one will ever talk about on this podcast. Don't really want to put out there.
No, and it's not...
that we don't talk about, exactly. But you know, if you want to find out, message
come on,
me.
Man. It's easy going. It's a bit of fun for an hour and a half of your life. Just
Honestly, you're making me smile, Leighton. Don't make me smile here. I'm trying to be a serious host, you know. I'm trying to be very serious.
Okay. Let's start hashtag
no more sausage talk.
Sausages. Let's get it trending worldwide.
Sponsored by Frankfurters.
Cumberland sausages. They don't even do sausages.
Aunt Bessie's.
Aunt Bessie's sausages. I swear they only do that.
Aunt Bessie.
Oh my God.
That's a different sausage, Leighton.
Please don't tell me you're giving your Aunt Bessie a different sausage. Oh, Hinchy. Oh, Hinchy, my
Jesus
brain.
Christ.
You're frazzling me.
Wait. You know, Yorkshire puddings aren't going to fill themselves up with gravy.
Stop. Oh my God. Oh, Hinchy.
Honestly.
This is what I'm here for.
This is what we want, a good laugh. A good laugh.
You've just given it.
Yeah. You know, and I can talk about stuff like this because I've made it explicit.
You know what?
This is available.
I was very like uneasy whether to keep this PG or not, and it's been very hard because I swear a lot, and it's awful, and I need to stop. I really need to stop. And
tell me about it.
Very good, but like,
you've not been too bad. I don't think I've heard you swear. Like, I've said more than you. Your one word has now counteracted every one of mine. Just balanced it out. Oh no! Don't say that.
I'll say the F word. Don't tempt me.
You're in.
Frick.
Go on then.
Sorry,
no, Leighton, you can't do that to me. Oh, Leighton, this is a family-friendly show.
Please, I apologise. I won't ever say frick again. Oh, I mean the F word again.
Oh, I just said it again. All right. All right.
Yeah, composure. Nice.
Okay, let's compose ourselves. Professional.
Back now to
professional. Deep breaths.
Back down to like the Joe Rogan podcast, because that's where we're at right now. We are on par with Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Joe Rogan. If you hear this,
one day
I would love
in
to
bed
speak
and
to
you
you.
wake up 5 a.m. You hear your phone go. You're like, what's that? You open your phone, like Joe Rogan. Yo, man, just listen to your podcast with Leighton. It was amazing. Can I jump on? You'd like get up in 3
Yo,
seconds.
bro,
And,
what
like,
is
you'd
up?
already be on the call. You'd be like, yes, Joe. Yes, Joe. I woke up 4 seconds ago. I've still not got my pants on.
Yeah. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Joe Rogan.
I am butt naked here
an
calling
award
you.
winner for most podcasts done while host is naked. And
Host count 1.
Right, okay, stop. Right, we're laughing too much.
Right,
this is a serious
compose.
podcast, Hinji, and you're laughing.
Okay,
You're laughing.
for you.
You should not be laughing.
Right.
This is serious.
That's right. That is right.
No.
We should not be enjoying life like this. We should be miserable all the time.
Like, not life on life, just lots of life. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Padlock that, put
Make
some
sure it's in like a safe
laser guided missiles
before you actually get to it in the middle.
Yeah. and we've got to have a little Spanish man guarding
with
it.
his little BB gun still at the front. He's 4'3", he just smells of enchiladas. Hey, no, you're not coming here. No. They just step over him.
Oh. No
stereotypes.
No.
Obviously, Pablo. I'm sure
no stereotypes. No stereotypes.
Pablo's a lovely man.
Okay.
Yeah,
we love everyone.
No one is
Right,
discriminated
so-
here. We're all for everything. Exactly. Like,
For the
no
podcast,
discrimination,
anyone and
no
everyone.
prejudice,
Come on.
nothing. Just chilled
Yeah.
vibes, laughs, good times.
As long as if you steal any of my 12 sausages,
You
though,
leave them hashtag 12 sausages alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. For you, Leighton.
Yes, I have.
Have you got any
actually.
more questions before we talk about the
We said one,
story?
we sort of went on a massive tangent, but yeah.
Oh. It wasn't a tangent. It was like a dodecahedron. It was just like everywhere.
Right. Okay. I want quick fire questions now, Hinji. Just bang them out. Dream podcast guest.
Bang! Let's bang them out. Dream podcast guest. Oh, do you know what? If okay, I'm just gonna say this.
Damn.
Recently died Kobe Bryant. I would have loved to have spoken to him. I would have loved to. Yeah, no, I freaking loved him, man. I would love to have spoken to him, picked his brain. But at the moment, I would say, that is hard. That's really hard.
Yeah,
I would
man.
love to speak
I'm
to
going
Tracy
to pretend
McGrady.
I know who that is and go, yeah, that. Is he a basketball
He's
player?
he one of my favorite players. Yeah.
So
he
would know,
was
like,
he was good
Kobe
friends
in
with
and out.
Kobe. They trained a lot together.
Yeah, man. It sucks what happens to him. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
it's just, it's just life. But
Yeah, I know.
it couldn't have happened to like a worse person. Honestly,
make the most of life.
I wasn't even a massive basketball fan, but I thought he like I still looked up to him in a bit. Do you know what I mean? He was a good inspiration for anyone. Like he was a great father. He was a great basketball player. He was great.
Yeah.
You know, he's just great to listen to, man. So yeah, just sucks what happened to him, but you know, just yeah, he's up there. He's doing good. Everyone knows he's doing good. He's not the guy to, you know, that's happened and he gets bogged down. He's doing good.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like I ask a question,
right,
and we just go and talk about something else. Like screw your questions, Leighton. We're gonna talk about different.
Exactly. Yeah.
We could. I
we can talk about. We can talk forever.
24 hours long. Oh my god! I just had a sick idea. World record, longest ever podcast. Because we could just switch up guests.
Oh, maybe.
If this podcast ever gets big, you know,
maybe
invite me on. I want to do that. Longest ever podcast. Help me a message if you ever want to do that. I'm down.
I'll give you a message.
I'm so down. I had another question. It's completely gone out of my head. Favorite celebrity that you want to meet? Would it be Kobe? I can imagine the way you spoke
again.
About
it was going to be Kobe Bryant.
The other question.
Yeah.
And finally, Hinchy, what are your main dreams for this podcast? Where do you want it to go? Yeah. What do you want? What's your
this
ultimate
podcast?
Goal for it?
Well, clearly to have a lot of people listening, and I mean, I'm not really doing it for the tangible rewards, if you know what I mean. It's just a way. It's a way for me to speak to people, and a way for people to speak to me. And it's, you know, like other people can listen. I'm not really here to say, oh, buy this, da 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 da. Like, you know, it's not really that. It's just another way to, you know, show another side of me, which, you know, some people don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ever starting someone out for the monetary rewards at the end. Like, if you're ever doing something thinking that, oh yeah, I'm going to get thousands of pounds from this and sponsorships, and I'm going to have a number one podcast on iTunes, like, it's just going to fail because you're not doing it out of the passion of your heart. You're doing it out of the passion in your wallet. And, you know, you're doing this as just like a genuine just, when you've got free time, just sit down with someone, have a chat for an hour, and just see where it goes. And that's the best way to start stuff. Just don't have don't have a goal in mind, but have like a small goal in mind. Like I want to get, you know, I want to do well. I want to have people listening.
Yeah, for real. Like this is so easy going. I don't even have a script, man. This is all unscripted.
I came on here, it's just like, and I hopped on the call for 30 seconds, and then we started. So we just said hi, how are you doing? And then we're straight into it.
Yeah, that's right.
No messing about.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you come on here, get to business. It's just like,
that's
well,
chill.
it's like you coming to my house PC, and we're just like, yo, let's chill.
Just like scroll through phones and just talk.
Exactly, and the platform of podcasts is just, you know, people can listen. It's just like, and it's kind of like there with us because, you know, because this isn't like Leighton. So your life is, this is, you know, you're doing this with your life. Tell me all about this. You know, you are. It's like, it's just genuine conversation.
Exactly.
And that's what people need to, you know, this is what we need more of. People feeling that, you know, that.
And people can just, like, you know, have this on in the background.
Community.
Just.
Oh, for real, like that's what I wanted this to be. I wanted this to be background stuff. Like, yeah, you can focus on listening. You can like dedicate yourself to listening to it, like word for word, or like, you know, I've got a few friends and they're like, you know, I'm listening to this in the background, and it's good background stuff to listen to. Like, there is no pressure to have to listen to it, and I'm not pressuring people to say, yes, you have to listen to this, you have to know everything that I'm talking about. It's not like that. It's a conversation. Listen to it if you want, listen to it if you don't. Have it in the background, you know, do something whilst you're listening.
You're
don't do something whilst you're listening.
The basketballer. But I put it on, and I wanted to listen to it anyway because I listened to the other ones, and I wanted to listen to it, so I just put it on in my headphones, and I put my phone in my pocket, and I was like, it got 5 minutes in, and I was like, I can't just sit here and listen. I need to like listen to these people talking while I'm doing something. So like, I ended up just like blitzing my whole bedroom.
It makes you productive.
My bedroom was absolutely spotless, like genuinely, and like by the end of the podcast, I like sorted out all my old clothes. Like I hadn't even had that in mind. I was just like, you know what? I don't wear half these t-shirts in my drawer. I'm just gonna like throw some of them out, or I'm just gonna like see if anyone wants them.
Saying that listening to the podcast, like you can't, like I couldn't sit there and just listen. Like something has to happen. Do you know what I mean? So like if I'm watching something, you're listening and watching, whereas if you're just sitting there and listening, it's kind of like like what, it feels weird to just sit and listen. Like listen to us having a conversation, whereas if you do something, you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting, but you're doing something at the same time. So when people talk on the phone, they normally like fidget or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I can't. If I'm on the phone with someone, I'm always walking around, like even just pacing around my house, just because I can't sit on the phone and just talk. I just can't listen to people.
Yeah, exactly. So like now, I'm just moving my arms about. Like no one can see this, but I'm moving my arms about. I'm picking stuff up and putting them down.
That's literally what I've done. I'm literally sat in my car, I'm just like playing with the steering wheel, playing with the gear stick, like it's just doing stuff that like I really don't need to be doing, but at the same time, it's just there, so I'm gonna fidget with it.
And that's what I've wanted this podcast to be. I wanted people to be able to have it in the background. I've never wanted this to be the main priority of your day. You don't need to commit 100% focus on it. I only want you to maybe like listen in once or twice, or pick something interesting up, and if that happens, like I've done my job. Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna end this podcast off with this story.
Yeah.
I think this is the last thing we've got to discuss between us, isn't it?
Yeah. So why don't you talk about it?
So
why don't you tell me what this is about?
This story stemmed from when Hinchy decided he wanted to start a little game with the close friends of his and the wider area of the town we live in, and he called it, what was it, like the X challenge or the Z challenge?
The ZXZ challenge.
The ZXZ challenge or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, bearing in mind, this was when I was doing art, when I still did art.
Right, so Hinchy was doing an art course, and so he created this challenge, and he created a little Instagram account, and he was posting like cryptic clues, and there was a specific answer that he wanted people to find, and there was small little things you had to look for in what he was posting on his Instagram, I believe, if I remember correctly.
That is very correct.
So he'd post a picture, and it would be, I can't remember what he posted, but like a picture of a dollar bill, and then he put like a little caption, like with a clue, and the dollar bill's a clue, and like he'd have changed his bio every couple of hours to that's a clue if you spotted it. And it got to a point where I don't know how many people were messaging the account, and
it was very cryptic.
It was very cryptic. To understand it, he said you had to be very intelligent, which made me feel quite sad.
No. Like you didn't have to be intelligent. You just had to understand it.
Yeah,
you just have to think about it. Yeah.
So this challenge went on. How long did you do it for? Like, not even that long, was it? But it got pretty big.
Really, not that long. It was during, what was it? I would say give it maybe 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say it was about that. And there was people. It got to a point where there was a little wine bar or a little.
There was a gallery.
It was a gallery. It was called Gallery, and it was a little bar. And I might have just given away our location there. If you want to search it up, do it. It's not really that interesting. You might also find the vacation out where we were. But yeah, so he ended up going and sticking little posters around our whole town. And when I say our whole town, like our whole town centre,
like the whole of it
was filled with these posters, and it was all over this one. Why did we pick that specific shop? I don't. That specific part. Didn't they like message you or email you or something?
What was it? I spoke to them, but I didn't speak to them necessarily. Like, it wasn't me as such. Like, you know, it was through the account, and I was talking to them.
Yeah.
And then what was it? They were saying how like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh okay. And the reason that we chose that is because, you know, that is the frontier of art in like where we are. Like this is where people look to for art. And, you know, art is very subjective.
And it was called the gallery, obviously, art galleries. You know.
And they had the art, and I was just like, you know, let's choose this as I wouldn't say target, but a location.
It was a good starting space, I imagine, because there was a lot of links to your art that you'd made and the start of the challenge.
Exactly. So if you look at it in the, like, you know, that's a gallery. You put the art on the gallery, and people see that the posters that are up on the gallery, they're going to think, oh, that's associated with the gallery. Therefore, that is art. So once I did that, you know, spreading it across the whole of the town, people are going to associate, oh, this art is associated with this gallery. Therefore, that is something to do with art.
Exactly. So we ended up one night. It was winter, so it got dark earlier. So I think it was about like 6-7 o'clock. Hinchy hit me up and was like, "Yo, me and this other guy from work, we're gonna go and stick posters all around the town of this challenge. Do you want to come help?" And
we went out at 10. I remember.
Was
we
it
went
10?
Out.
It was that
yeah,
late?
we went out at 10.
Jeez. So we went out at like, it was late at night. It was very dark, and there was no one about. And we were just sticking these posters around the town, and it felt very eerie doing it. It was very strange. So we sort of walked around the town, stuck the posters on. We targeted. When I say target, we didn't intend to damage. I don't think we ever did damage or insult anyone or anything. But that was the point. But yeah,
we put a poster up later.
But like, you know, they could have been like, oh, well, you put masking tape on our windows, you know. So yeah, but no, it turned out they were really cool about it, and they sort of liked the idea of your challenge, because do you remember?
Yeah, they thought it was pretty cool.
The Christmas party on the phone.
Oh yes. Oh,
so
yes.
that's a little bit later on. That's sort of near the end of the story. But yeah, we stuck all these posters around, and then the next day I had to go into town, run some errands, had to go buy some stuff for my mum. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just walk up the top of the town, and I'm gonna walk down, and I'm gonna see what's still there, if anything's been ripped down. So yeah, I walked down, and literally most of the posters were up. And I told Hinchy this. I was like, I'm gonna get a Subway, and I could see the gallery from where I sat in Subway, and I was like, oh, the posters are still up. That's pretty cool. So I was just eating my meatball marinara, you know, just chilling there.
Perfect serve.
Yeah, just chilling there, eating my meatball marinara, and like I just looked up from my phone because I thought I saw a fly buzz across my face, and I looked up, and there's a guy at the front of the gallery reading these posters, and I was like, yo, what? So instantly I just messaged Hinchy. I was like, yo, there's a guy at the gallery, he's reading the posters. And it turned out I took a picture of him from very far away. You couldn't see his face or anything, or him reading it. It turned out he either owned the place or was opening up. I don't know which one, but he took the posters down and went in, and he took the posters with him. So I was like, that's really strange. So I told Hinchy, and Hinchy started to get a bit excited, didn't you? You were like, oh, you know, this my little challenge is going well, and it was. I think that gained it a little bit of traction, didn't it? Because the gallery posted it on their Facebook, I believe. No,
they put it on their Instagram.
Was it their Instagram? They put it on their Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, that got it out to a few more people, and then it got to a point where we were having our Christmas party at the vacation out, and you know, that night was Oh my god, I've just totally remembered. I need to find that video of you singing Tim Maria.
Oh, shut up. Oh,
That's
Leighton.
in my Snapchat somewhere. I need to find it.
No one needs to know about that.
Okay. Should we keep that under wraps, or are we gonna tell everyone that you sort of had a crush on Squidward for a few months? I can't say that. Literally,
You said it now.
20
You have said it
20
now.
minutes ago, I was like, just be kind. No, right, okay.
You hypocrite. Okay, we're gonna ignore that whole saga. That can be a story for another day.
That was an inside joke.
Yeah.
Everyone knew about it, including the person that was involved. So
Yeah.
it's all cool.
Okay. So we can
We can
back
brush
to
over
the back to the normal story.
So yeah, the normal story is we're at a Christmas party, and I don't know why, but me and Hinchy were sort of like, "Yo, don't I call the gallery?" So I was like, "I'll call the gallery. I don't mind. Do it on my phone if you want, because you didn't want to use your actual phone number because you wanted.
Yeah, I don't want to use my phone.
You wanted your identity hidden. Fair enough. You're doing that challenge.
Yeah.
So he rings them, and we were on the phone for what, like half an hour? Like it has to be at least half an hour with this girl who I don't know whether she owned it or whether she was working there.
Her name was Ginger.
Her name was Ginger.
No, her name was Ginger, and she was Ginger.
Oh my god, yes, because you were like, "What's your name?"
Yeah.
She was like, "Ginger," and you were like, "Are you Ginger?" And she was like, "Yes."
Yeah, that's right.
I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, we ended up doing something for about half an hour of just this. It was just we were just waffling, weren't we, for a long time?
Yeah, I was just chatting a lot of bollocks.
You were just absolutely having this going on strings about this art piece and what it meant to you, and you were being like well mysterious. You felt like you were anonymous when you were doing it, I swear.
No, she was like, "Oh, you're kind of like the Riddler, you know, the Riddler from Batman."
Yeah.
I was like, maybe.
Maybe I am the Riddler from Batman. Who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's sort of the last I know of that story. You sort of hit up the gallery.
Yeah, you don't know the rest of it.
I don't
There's
know
a lot
the rest
more.
of it. There's a lot. Oh,
That-
juicy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I know. I don't think I ever told you.
No, I think we sort of parted ways before you ended the challenge.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm gonna have to put it out there. The whole challenge, right? There were essentially two parts to the challenge. Well, I wouldn't say two parts. There were two like essential meanings to it. The initial one was for people that knew me, so people that went to school with me, you know, people associated with me. Like that was the first bit, and there was a very specific meaning that I wanted them to decode from that. The second one, when we went and did our shenanigans with the posters, that was different, like, because that poster that I made, that had a lot of meanings, which corresponded to both real life world and then my personal world.
Yeah.
So the real world like meaning of it, I was just like, you know, it was, what was it again? It was a picture. It was a black, green, white, and it was a homeless man, and the caption said "alone."
Yeah, I remember that.
And and the whole idea that I wanted to get was through that was like, you know, people are being all like really greedy, and like because the green, I wanted that to represent the greed of people, and you know, that's a homeless person. And, you know, during this time, it's Christmas, so I was just like, you know, I wanted to like, you know, share that thought that I had, and like that's what I was getting through. You know, eventually I kind of just let that go. I didn't really care about that anymore because art just started to go downwards for me. I didn't enjoy doing it. But you know, the stuff on the personal side of the personal meaning of it, no one ever found out. No one will ever find out. No one's gonna know.
Wow. So that answers my next question for you, Hinji.
What?
What was the answer to the ZX challenge?
Oh, actually, someone they might be able to find it if I don't get my hands on a certain thing.
Ooh.
The answer is out there.
Maybe he's just dropped another clue for you avid players. Is there anyone anyone playing that anymore?
No.
I think it's a bit like Monopoly. Like, it was good at the start, but now you're well into it. It's just like that.
Yeah, no, but it is out there. It was a very personal thing for me doing that. Like, art's a very personal thing. I really appreciate art. Art's a great medium for me. It was a great medium to express a part of a side of me which I didn't want to express, like, verbally, if you know what I mean. So like, I couldn't express that except for doing it through the art. But that was kind of a dark time, but you know, that was fine.
But we're back up into you on the grind again.
Exactly. That's right. I'm back in the game. Yeah, no, but what was it? The stuff that you don't know. Here's the thing. I actually went back a few times.
Really? Without me? No. I feel offended.
Yeah. No, because so what happened was I gave him a few calls and I was messing around, you know, talking about art with them.
Yeah.
Over the phone. And then I thought, maybe I'll go meet them in person.
Did you?
Right? Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I met them in person.
Whoa! This is juicy. How have I not heard this? What? Come on. I'm ready. I'm engrossed.
Right. So I dropped off another piece of art. Wasn't my best, to say the least, but you know, it was still a piece of art. Had a meaning. But what happened was I was just like, oh, do you know what? The adrenaline is pumping. Why don't I go in? And you know, we had the associate scheme.
Yes, the associate scheme.
I characterised myself as an associate.
Oh, very clever. Very, very clever.
Exactly. So I was the associate and I was going in. And I spoke to them. And I was just like, oh yeah, so you know, this guy that I know, he's doing all of this, you know, there's some deep stuff going on, like blah blah blah, you know, there's a meaning, he's trying to start an art movement or whatnot, you know, artist stuff, boring artist like terminology and stuff. And then they were like, oh yeah, this is really cool, like they've had a few people like talking about it, and they're like, oh wow. I was like, oh yeah. So and once that happened, I was literally like, this could be something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I left it, and then it's never spoken of again.
Well, maybe that.
But I met all the people that were there, and I found out everything that they thought about it.
Oh, that's really cool, you know. But maybe, like, the abrupt end and sudden stoppage of the challenge meant something as well. Who knows?
That is very deep. Maybe very deep.
The abrupt end meant someone's found the clue. But, you know, who knows? No one will ever know.
That is very deep. Only I will know.
For the 4 people that are listening to this, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, no, but there's a, like, for me personally, I'm quite enigmatic. I think that's how you say it. Like, or mysterious. I wanted to sound smart. Leighton.
Mysterious is smart enough. That's a level we're at right now, I think.
There's a level 2 word.
We'll get to category 5 later.
Soon. But that's the thing. I don't. You know, I can give you a piece of me. I'm not going to give you everything about me.
Exactly.
You know, that's the way I work.
You've also got to keep some stuff to yourself. You know, like, you can't be sharing everything that you have, because people would sort of realise that you've got what they want, and then they'd take that off you, and that's how.
I don't play all my cards.
Exactly. You have a deck of 10. You use 5. Keep the other 5 in the back pocket.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, that's all it is. Like, there's a lot of stuff which, you know, I could say, but you know, that's the thing with people. Like, you don't need to say everything. You know, keep some stuff to yourself. You know, you're an individual.
Yeah, you have that decision. You can make that decision to choose whether you want people to know. And
but whereas me, you know, if you think you're some really cool artist and you think you can do artist stuff, you know, go around sticking posters of your work around.
And then when you're at your work's Christmas party, have a half an hour conversation with them while everyone's doing karaoke in the other room.
and just go into a spiral of art and then never do art again.
Get really engrossed in something for a month, get other people engrossed, and then just leave the other people to the side. That's...
Nah, honestly, Leighton, like that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, someone could be listening to this and they're like, oh shit, I love art, and like that's just giving them an idea, and they're like, I could do that. You know what I mean?
We could have just inspired someone.
So that is what we want.
That is exactly what we're here for. Is inspiration, whether you're being inspired by, someone on here, or you want to come on here and try and inspire other people. Inspiration, positivity, vibing. That's what this is all about, Hindu.
That is right. And I think on that note, should we call it a night?
I think that's a great place to end, We've just... I think we just...
Share some stories, had some laughs.
Yeah, man.
That's... Share some philosophies.
Definitely, it's been...
Shared the 12 sausages.
12 sausages. That will be the most highlighted part of this podcast for me, is Hinch eating 12 sausages.
Reliving the 12 sausage saga.
12 sausage saga. Wow.
Yeah. Right, so Leighton, any last shout-outs?
Follow my socials. Gang. No, I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for Hinchy, ever since I've known the guy, when we started in year 7, up until when we were working at the hotel together.
The vacation out.
That's the one. I lost the words. But yeah, he's just been a great guy, and I could not speak highly enough about him. He's just a good dude.
Thank you very much. Wow, for me, everyone go check out Life Unlocked on Instagram, because that's where I am. If you want to come onto the show, if you want to do what Leighton's been doing, give me a message, send me a DM. Anyone's welcome, everyone's welcome, and that's it. Well, it was very nice speaking to you.
And you, Hinchy, man. Take care.
And I'll see you again.
Take care, man.